On a quiet summer day in Georgia, a young mother vanished without a trace. What began as a missing person case would soon spiral into one of the most chilling murder investigations the state had ever seen. With ties to a previous killing and a potential witness silenced forever, this is the disturbing case of Martha Angela, Angie Ledford, and the manhunt that shocked a community. If you're interested in true crime stories that uncover the darkest corners of human behavior, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Okay, dispatch, this is Tim.
Tim, yes, Tim. My name is Robert Peppers, and I need to tell somebody about a murder.
I put on the back side of it. She takes off to a house, we come back up, and then she takes off deep into the woods again. So, picked up immediately, went to a pump station. We skirted around a big, valley of a creek, and then we got down in the creek. I had one footprint that I could easily see the outline.
Martha Angela Ledford, who was more commonly called Angie by those who knew her best, was a devoted young mother doing all she could to support her daughter, Liliana. She worked at a local Wendy's and regularly attended the Father's House Church in Franklin, Georgia, with her loved ones. So when she went missing in the summer of 2023, her disappearance immediately raised alarms. This wasn't like her, and her family feared something terrible had happened. Law enforcement shared that concern and launched an urgent effort to locate her, hopefully alive, and reunite her with her deeply worried family. What followed would develop into one of the most high-profile murder cases Georgia had ever witnessed, with the investigation unraveling a sinister scheme to silence a key witness in a separate criminal trial. Before continuing, we want to offer our heartfelt condolences to the friends and family of Angie Ledford for such a heartbreaking loss. It's still uncertain who last saw Angie Ledford alive, but reports suggest she was last spotted near the end of July 2023, around the 30th. She had never vanished without notifying anyone before, so her loved ones quickly grew terrified. Coincidentally, around the same time, the Raven County Sheriff's Office began investigating a potential homicide after receiving a call from a man named Robert Lee Peppers, who claimed he knew where a body was located. That call came in on August 6th, about a week after Angie's last sighting. Was it a tragic coincidence or a clue connecting two grim cases?
Okay, dispatch, this is Tim.
Tim, yes, Tim. My name is Robert Peppers, and I need to tell somebody about a murder that happened.
I'm sorry?
I need to tell somebody about a murder that happened. A killing, okay?
Okay.
Can you send an investigator out here?
During the call, Peppers shared details that deeply disturbed even the experienced dispatcher on the line.
So, yeah, it seems like it is. I got a place up in Clayton, Georgia, and I was gonna sell it, and I'm still selling it. So I went by to check on the place, and one of my employees were there, and they had a dead body out there. So it's crazy shit. I just need to tell somebody about it and get stuff, try to get fixed.
Okay, so an employee found a body on your property?
Oh, he killed her.
I'm sorry?
He killed her. He killed the girl.
Employee killed a woman?
Yes.
On the property there?
No, honey, he killed the woman in Raven County, which is Clayton, Georgia. The address where it happened is, I don't know if it happened there, but that's where he dug the body back at, 128 Pepper Lane. I just got to talk to somebody about it. Yeah, that shit ain't right.
You just give me 1 second, okay?
Sir?
So just give me 1 second, okay?
Okay. Man, this phone might go down. Let me hold it back here. Down to 2% over there. I got to tell you that.
What's your employee's name?
Keegan Phillips.
The address, 128 Peppers Lane, was quite remote, surrounded by thick woods. Robert owned the land and stayed in a rundown, electricity-free home on the property. Despite its condition, he lived there with a roommate, one of his workers at a tree trimming company, Keegan Phillips. Robert had just accused this very man of committing a murder. Detectives started to wonder, could the victim be Angie Ledford? Could she have fallen prey to a violent offender? But without concrete evidence or a body, they couldn't make the link. Worse yet, if Phillips had indeed relocated the remains, as Robert alleged, it would be a challenge to uncover any clues. Understanding time was slipping away, officers hurried to Peppers' home with a canine unit and began searching the property. While no body turned up, something else did. Vital evidence that supported Peppers' claims, including a shallow grave. Now investigators were faced with even more troubling questions, such as where the remains had gone. Could the missing person be Angie Ledford? To strengthen the case, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and Hall County Police joined forces with Raven County, initiating a large-scale manhunt across Hall County's Gillsville area, even calling in a helicopter for aerial support. By then, Phillips had already vanished, and no one knew how far he had gotten. But with his photo circulating widely in the news, police hoped someone would eventually spot him. The breakthrough came the very next day, August 7th, when K-9 officers made a shocking find. They discovered human remains in the Gillsville region of Hall County, roughly a 30-minute drive from Clayton. Because Phillips had removed the victim's head and hidden it elsewhere, it was impossible to confirm whether the body belonged to Angie at that stage. This horrifying fact pushed police to make capturing Phillips an even higher priority, and that's when an unexpected civilian stepped in to help. During their intense search, authorities received a tip from a homeowner in Hall County who had spotted Phillips and was holding him at gunpoint, awaiting law enforcement's arrival. However, Phillips managed to escape before police got there, fleeing into the nearby forest. Once again, he was on the run, and it seemed this time he wouldn't be easy to catch, unless K-9 units could get a scent and track him down.
We picked up and she just went shook.
Straight back towards that pump station where we
that's
back
what,
in?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we put, and I mean, side marks, the whole fucking thing.
All right.
So,
Ricky said he's on his way.
yeah, I'm confident. And, pretty knows that. Hell yeah, let's go.
What the search team didn't realize was that Phillips was already hatching a plan to escape further, with the help of an innocent stranger. On August 8th, Russell Jimerson and his son were driving through Gillsville to pick up a paycheck when they saw a man by the roadside who appeared to need help. Wanting to lend a hand, Jimerson pulled over. Had either of them been aware of the news reports, they likely would have kept going.
He had been up all night walking from Raven County.
On August 8th, 2023, as a manhunt was underway for Phillips, folks in Gillsville pointed me to Russell Jimerson.
He just stuck his hand out, very quickly. And I told my son, let's get him. I help everybody.
No idea he'd brought a killer to town.
There's a smell in this car that is awful.
But instead, they unknowingly picked up Georgia's most wanted man. Once Phillips climbed into the Jimerson's vehicle, a strong foul odor became obvious, emanating from the backpack he carried. What they didn't yet know was that the source of the smell was Angie Ledford's decomposing head. Jimerson later shared the strange encounter with a friend, which led to the horrifying realization of who he had picked up. Once the police heard about it, the search efforts were immediately redirected to Hall County, nearly 55 miles from the crime scene.
So I get on, buddy shoot where they said it went click, and then just the whole way. And we're coming to spots, I'm like, slide, footprint, fine. When we get to the pump station, digs into the pump station inside a gated chain link. So we checked behind it, get the pump station's open, we checked it, nothing. I put on the back side of it, she takes off to a house, we cut back up, and then she takes off deep into the woods again. Then we didn't really see anything, so we pulled back, cut again, cut the whole yard just to see, and then we go on the high side, and she's not pulling as hard, but she's tail straight, just going. And we came into a creek bed over here, but nothing else.
Apparently this guy's got this girl's head in the bag.
Not with him, though.
Supposedly, yeah.
Rose in that backpack he's got.
Yes.
After several days of relentless searching, authorities finally began closing in on Phillips. And after 2 exhausting days, and a bit of luck,
So, picked up immediately, went to a pump station. We skirted around a big, valley of a creek, and then we got down in the creek. I had one footprint that I could easily see the outline, and then we came out to 52 where you're coming from. She went to the corner of the fence, and then I couldn't pick back up. Oh, he more than likely jumped the fence because she didn't want to break off the corner of it. Yeah, we got on the other side. And we crossed 52, and Lieutenant Pearson said that that it hasn't, nobody's come across that the whole time. He was there 25 minutes after, but if he ran straight, he could have been across there before he ever got there.
they successfully brought the statewide manhunt to an end. Following his capture, Keegan Phillips entered a not guilty plea to all charges.
A manhunt in Hall County is over this morning. This whole thing started days ago in Rabun County after a murder investigation. Police found that suspect in Hall County just hours ago. He's been identified as Keegan Phillips. Authorities found the victim's body in the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest, far from Rabun County.
But he wasn't the only one implicated. Investigators believed that Robert Lee Peppers had assisted Phillips in disposing of Angie's body. He was charged with concealing a death and improper disposal of a corpse. Back in Rabun County, investigators uncovered one final, devastating piece of the case, Angie's severed head, bringing her loved ones a sorrowful but needed sense of closure. Still, one burning question remained. Why was Angie, a young woman with no enemies, murdered? The answer may lie in a disturbing incident she had witnessed. Back in May 2022, the body of Tina Walking Stick Frizzell was found on Mulberry Road in nearby Mon County. Her killer, Christopher Shields, had shot her before dumping her remains. And Angie? She not only knew Shields, but had witnessed the crime and had agreed to testify in court. But mere weeks before the trial, she ended up dead. Did that timing be a coincidence? Authorities had reason to believe that Shields may have orchestrated her murder from behind bars. While he was in jail awaiting trial and couldn't act directly, someone else could. Investigators later confirmed that Angie not only knew Shields, but she also had ties to Phillips. It's a chilling thought, but one that raises the possibility that Angie was eliminated to silence her forever. What is confirmed is this. Between July 28th and August 4th, 2023, Phillips strangled Angie with a belt, likely with Peppers present. She died at 128 Peppers Lane, where both men buried her body in nearby woods. Later, in an effort to destroy evidence and derail the investigation, Phillips returned, removed her head, placed it in his backpack, and buried it in a different location. Phillips eventually pled guilty to multiple charges: malice murder, felony murder, 2 counts of abandonment of a body, and aggravated assault. In February 2025, Judge Brian M. Rickman sentenced him to life imprisonment plus 6 additional years in Rabun County Superior Court. As of the time this report was prepared, Peppers' case was still under trial, but it's expected that he will serve many years behind bars, having been charged with hiding a corpse and covering up a death. Angie's life was remembered at a memorial held March 23, 2024, at Hunter Funeral Home in Clayton, Georgia. And while nothing can ever return her to those who loved her, they may now find peace in the knowledge that the man who took her life will never again see the outside of a prison wall. And Angie Ledford, life was taken far too soon, but her courage and determination to speak the truth will never be forgotten. As her killer faces justice, we can only hope her family finds the peace they deserve. Thank you for watching. If you found this story compelling, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more true crime cases like this. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.